Expenditure of taxpayers' money has always been a hot topic of discussion. But before we deep dive into the government spend structure, let us first understand what is the source of funding for the government. 24 rupees of every 100 rupees raised by the government of India comes from loan and borrowings. 21 rupees comes from income tax. 18 rupees comes from GST and indirect taxes, and roughly 11 rupees comes from excise and customs, which means 49 rupees of every 100 rupees raised by the government of India comes from the common man, directly or indirectly. And hence, we must know where the money is going. Every rupee spent by the government falls under two categories: the revenue expenditures and the capital expenditures. The revenue expenditure is the spend done by the government to run its current operations, while the capital expenditure is the spend done by the government to build assets for the future, roads, bridges, ports, for example. The current budgeted expenditure for this fiscal is roughly 53 lakh crores, of which 41 lakh crores is accounted for revenue expenditure and 12 lakh crores is accounted for capital expenditure. To simplify, for every 100 rupees that the government plans to spend, 77 rupees is for the current and only 23 rupees is for the future. If you look at the breakup of the 53 lakh crores expenditure plan of the government, the single largest bucket is that of interest repayments at 14.04 lakh crores. Even if you combine the budgeted expenditures of roads and defense, it is still less than what it is for interest repayments. Let that sink in. 26% of the budgeted expenditures is for servicing of loans and borrowings of the past. The budgeted earning of the government is at 35 lakh crores and the expenditure is at 53 lakh crores, which means for every 100 rupees earned by the government plans to spend 150 rupees. This additional 50 rupees, which is more or less the fiscal deficit, the government has to borrow it from the market. So from where does the government take the money from? And the answer is India. Less than 1% of India's debt is from the external market, and hence there is no looming external debt crisis on India like in other neighboring countries like Pakistan or Sri Lanka. However, there is something that needs more attention and that hides behind the headlines. India's fiscal deficit, that is the amount India must borrow, is at 16.96 lakh crores. If you remove the interest repayment part out of it, you get what the economists call the primary deficit, and it is at 2.92 lakh crores. This technically means if the interest repayment part is actually stripped out, the government is more or less balanced in its earnings and expenditures. But the most important part is whatever loan that the government plans to take in this fiscal, 80% of it will go towards servicing of loans and borrowings of the past. And this is a trap we are getting into. The debt is actually servicing the debt itself. And this needs your attention. Thank you. That's it for this week. Please like, share and subscribe.